Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick update video. This one's just gonna be like how things are going with my agoraphobia lately. So if you don't follow me, or if you follow me on Twitter, have me on Facebook, have seen previous videos, or seen me my struggle with mental health video, then you know that I have agoraphobia. I was diagnosed when I was 18. So I've had it for 4 years. 2 years which I got when I was diagnosed with it when I was 18. It left me housebound for 2 years. So between ages 18 and 20, I didn't leave the house. And when I say I didn't leave the house, I mean I literally did not leave the house. With the exception of doctor's appointments. And I think that's pretty much it. I couldn't leave my house, never mind even leave my room, because of overwhelming anxiety and panic attacks, or just fear altogether. So yeah, I was housebound for 2 years. It has gotten progressively better, to say the least. I'm not exactly housebound anymore, although I don't get out as much as I wish I could. I've been seeing a therapist or a psychologist since January, and when I saw her for my first session in January, she diagnosed me with agoraphobia associated with panic attacks. So it's not just mainly agoraphobia anymore, it's agoraphobia, panic disorder agoraphobia, which means I'm afraid of leaving the house in fear of having a panic attack or getting anxious or not, that kind of thing. I do have a problem with being out in large crowds. Like going to the mall scares the hell out of me. Like if my sister's like, come on, let's go to the mall, like the first thing I'm thinking of is, okay, if I'm there, what if there's no exit? What if I can't get out? What if I have a panic attack? What if I make a fool out of myself in front of everybody, do something wrong? That kind of thing, which is normal for an anxiety and a panic attack sufferer. She asked me a question in my first therapy session. She says, do you feel like you're living your life the way you want to be living it? And I didn't hesitate to answer and say, absolutely not. I wish my life wasn't so, I don't want to say hard, because there are people out there that have hard lives. I wish my life wasn't so, 4 walls. But it's such a comfort thing, I guess. I can't get out of my comfort zone. I mean, even going to like family outings or like family dinners and stuff like that is really hard. But since I've started therapy, I'm pushing myself more. I still get people that say like, you never leave the house, so what's the point in, like if I say I'm going, or I'm addicted to online shopping, so I buy a lot of my clothes online. People are like, why are you buying clothes if you don't go anywhere? And that kind of really upsets me, because I don't think they see it the way I do. Sorry, my nose is running. If I buy clothes, or if I buy makeup, or if I, get a new purse or something, that kind of gives me like, okay, this is cute, I want to wear this out, I want to show it off. So it like gives me a push. But, those comments kind of, they do hurt, but I can't take them too heart, because they don't understand what I'm going through. They don't know what agoraphobia does to the brain, to the mind. Another update. I'm still on the same medication that I've been on since I got out of the hospital. So I take 20 milligrams of Cipralex, which is an antidepressant, every day. I take Valium twice a day, 5 milligrams. I take a beta blocker twice a day, 5 milligrams, I believe it is. And 100 milligrams of Seroquel before I go to bed. They seem to be working. I remember before the hospital, my anxiety would be so bad that I was diagnosed with an anxiety-related eating disorder, which isn't really classified as an eating disorder, but my anxiety was so bad, my panic attacks were so bad, like even the thought of food or even putting food in my mouth, it would make me constantly gag or be nauseous, so I couldn't eat. Actually, when I was in that sort of like housebound routine, I lost 30 pounds in a month, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So they ran blood tests, you know, to check for like anything wrong, anything, and no, I'm perfectly healthy. It just had to do with my my anxiety. But the Seroquel, which I'm on to take at night, has a side effect, which is weight gain. I haven't noticed a weight gain. We don't keep scales in our house because of, I don't see the point in keeping a scale in your house because scales don't define who you are, your weight doesn't define who you are, etc., etc. So we've never had scales in our house the entire time I was growing up, and I don't plan to have them when I live on my own either. So I don't know what my weight is. Last time I checked, I think it was like 127, 128, and it's been that way for a good, like, solid, like, 7 months. So it's a lot better than when I was like 110, 115, when I was like really thin and sick looking. I love my body, so I'm not complaining. My next therapy session is in May. Usually I see her every month, but there was some sort of error or something, like she was too booked up, so I have to wait till May, which is unfortunate. But then I've been trying to get out. The last time I was out was, I think, last Thursday. Oh, that might be wrong. Tuesday, Wednesday, last week. I went out for dinner with my family, and that was fun. I wasn't even hungry and didn't want to go, but I know that my therapist is telling me to push me and tell me to do things even though I don't want to do them, because you have to do these things eventually if I want to get out on my own. Still on disability. It'll be a year in May. I receive $823 a month, which covers my room and board. I pay $300 to my father for rent. I pay a phone bill that I have, which usually ranges from $60 to $70 a month, with the exception of this month when I called overseas, and now it's $110. It also covers my necessities like female hygiene stuff, shampoo, and then once I've paid for the things that I need, if I, you know, want to splurge on like last month I splurged on this camera so that I could, I don't know, I wanted to use it to get out, and I haven't really been doing that. A lot of people ask me, do you use your disability money on tattoos and piercings? No, I don't. That's not what it's for. Have I put a little bit towards, maybe like 20 bucks, that's it. But mostly my tattoos are covered by presents. I mean, for Christmas I got $100 as a down payment for this tattoo. I don't really care what people say and where I'm using my money. It's taken me a lot of guts to actually even admit to how much I get each month and where it goes, but I just want to be clear with people, because a lot of people are saying that I'm irresponsible with my money and that I'm sitting on my ass while they're out working and their taxes are going to me, etc. You need to understand that I cannot work right now. I'm working towards that goal, but right now it's not going to happen. Right now I'm focusing on school. I just finished my first course, and I am waiting for my second to come in the mail. I would have been done earlier, but I enrolled in a course that was too difficult for me, so I went down a grade level lower. So right now school is my main priority. I'm not worried about getting a job right now. Disability is still a thing that I plan to be on for the next maybe year, maybe even 2. But in the second year I hope to be working like a part-time job. And I can still be on disability, but they just take a certain amount off. So please don't put me down for not working and saying that you're sitting on your ass, or sorry, I'm sitting on my ass while you're, you know, your taxes are going to me. Well, I mean, you shouldn't really be complaining that you have to work, because if I could work and have that freedom as a 22-year-old, I would jump at the chance. I'm sorry, my camera decided to die. As I was saying, if I could work and be a contributing factor to the economy, etc., I would jump at the chance. So please don't, it's gonna sound weird because I'm putting this out, but please don't involve yourself in that aspect of my life. I will work when I'm ready. I'm working towards it with my therapist, I'm working towards it with myself and with my family. So when the day comes and I can say that I made it, I made it. Another update. I have not relapsed since November 20th of 2012 when I was in the hospital when I relapsed from self-harm. So it's been almost 150 days, which is really good. My last streak was like 200, almost a year. I don't plan on doing it anymore. I told my therapist about it and how it used to be a huge outlet. But now that's not outlet anymore. I've replaced it with journal writing. I've replaced it with doing my makeup. I've replaced it with just things that I do when I'm having a panic attack, and stuff like that. This video was supposed to be about my agoraphobia, but I've gone into like detail about everything. Oh well. Might as well. My depression, it's been pretty good. The only time it gets really bad is around the my time of the month, which is when my emotions are all over the place, and the only reason for that is because my hormone levels go up and my serotonin levels go down, which is normal, which doesn't happen in everyone, because everyone else has serotonin in their brain. I don't. I have to take a pill to physically have that chemical in my brain. So, like I said, it's bad around that time. Goals that I've made for myself are to finish school, get my high school diploma, get out of the house more, obviously. What else? I have to get volunteer hours because they go towards your diploma. So that's going to be kind of iffy because I'm going to have to get 40 of them. And I'm still procrastinating on where I want to do that. The good thing with this, the high school course, which I'll link down below if you're curious, it's only for people in the Canadian area though, just so you know, is that they give you a year for each course. So like if you enroll in a course in October, that course, so say you enroll in a course in October 2013, it's due in October 2014, so you have a year to do it. So it's really all done by your time, and I'm a huge procrastinator, so that's a good thing. But I do want to get my diploma before I turn 23, and that's in September, so crossing my fingers that I hope that happens. I'm not in a relationship right now, and I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm no ways capable of loving someone else or having to be responsible for someone else right now. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with being single. I'm not taking interest in anybody. I just don't have the time or the effort to put in a relationship. And with my past relationships, it's kind of hard for me to trust people, etc. So I'm not rushing into anything. I had a couple of people, like, you know, ask me out, whatever, for a drink. Yeah, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs. I'm not straight edge. I call it sober life. I will get into that in another video. I don't know, I don't want to talk about that right now, but I've had people come up and be like, come out for a drink with me and, you know, I'll take you on a date. I'm like, I'm just really not interested. And it's not that I don't want to hang out with you, so if you see this and you're like, one of those guys, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to hang out with you, it's just that that's really not on my radar right now, and it probably won't be on my radar until I can fix myself. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of damaged stuff that I have to fix before I can be capable of loving someone else and have someone else love me, because it's really hard for me to accept someone that they love me, kind of thing. Okay, so last thing is, back in March, I believe, I was invited to a high school reunion with a group of friends that I hung out in high school. I don't know if you've heard my bullying story. I don't know if I made a video about it, but I probably skimmed it in the video that I did about my anxiety and depression, which is in 3 parts. In the 12th grade, I was bullied by three guys, pushed into lockers, got things thrown at me, I got called a spoiled brat. You know, going to school every day was torture, which led to ultimately me being depressed. One time I came home with a big giant gash on my neck from getting ice thrown at me. I don't know, the whole thing was a mess. So they invited me, and those guys were going to be there, so I didn't say anything, and they don't even know. So I thought, you know, why would I show up to something like this so I can sit there and we can talk and reminisce when they don't even remember what they did to me? So I went to my therapist and I said, look, there's a high school reunion, should I go? And she said, to be honest with you, Christine, you are still traumatized. So she said, it's not really the best idea to go. So I'm still traumatized from that situation. I'm not going to go into detail. There's a lot of torture, and it's just something that I don't ever want to have to go through again, and I haven't stepped in a school since then, so that's almost 7 years ago. I'm afraid. Like, when I went to go pick up Taylor, my sister Taylor, if you see the vlog, when we went to go pick her up from her school after her being Maine for a week, when we were sitting in the parking lot at M.M. Robinson, the school that I went to, I feel like I couldn't breathe. I can't be near a school. It just scares the hell out of me. I have dreams where I'm in the hallway at school and it's completely blank, and then all of a sudden these people come out and start pushing me. It's terrible. It's still haunted me to this day, and it's not something I'm going to get over. So she said, you can go if it's up to you and you feel comfortable to go, but I think you're still traumatized, you're still not past it, it's still there in the back of your head, and the best thing to do is not to go. So what I did was I texted my friend who arranged the thing, and I said, look, and I explained the whole thing, and she says, wow, I did not know this. And I said that for the first time in almost 7 years, and how good did I feel to let her know that that's what happened to me in high school. And she says, I remember that happening, and I'm so sorry, you know. So that was a little bit of closure, but I'm just not ready to face those people yet. I don't know when I'll be ready for that, but hopefully soon, because it has to be something I get over it. I mean, I was 17, I'm almost 23 now, so I think it needs to be something I have to address. Another goal actually is stepping into a school, even if it's just walking in. Like, my sister's graduation is in June, so I plan on going, and it's gonna be, oh god, I have to go into that school again. I'm not looking forward to that, but I have to be there. So yeah, that's pretty much it as how my mental health well-being is going. I mainly make this video for myself, like to look back on, but if you're struggling with mental health, it does get better, even though the mental health system sucks everywhere. Too many people are asking for help, too many people don't get help, too many people, you know, resort to suicide. And I'm familiar with suicide, trust me. So yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions below, ask me. Probably gonna make a couple more videos kind of like this. Probably like what to do during a panic attack, or steps to get over one. And I'm not a doctor or a medical person, so I don't know all the details, but I'll try my best. So I really hope this video didn't get cut off, because I bought a camera that doesn't have a flip thing, so I can't even see myself right now. So that sucks completely, which I wish I could. I'm just rambling. Thank you for watching this. Like I said, if you have any questions about mental health, blah, 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 I'll link a couple sites down below, and some crisis hotlines as well that you can call 24 hours if you're ever having like a bad night, bad day, bad month, bad year, you know, to call. So I hope everybody who is suffering, or not suffering, who's having a difficult